Hello, Taurus. Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead, my friends. How are you? Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you, whether you're brand new or you've been here before. Thank you so much for clicking here today. Thanks for being in the comments. We like to be there, some of us. So thank you for your thumbs up and for sharing, liking, subscribing, hitting that bell button. Today we're going to be doing a reading for the week ahead. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We're going to use a couple of different oracle decks. We've got the Cosmic Insights, and then we have the Journey's End Oracle. I do have a new clarifying deck today. It is a tarot deck. We'll look at that as well. Let's find out what's going on. Oh, one's flipped over here. Tell me about Taurus. Tell me about Taurus. Taurus, things you need to know. We are in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde right now, so that could mean you're going to hear a lot of somebody coming back from the past. So there is, what is Mercury, right? Mercury is the planet of communication and thoughts, right? So thought patterns, things can get a little heated. Maybe we're making bad decisions. Maybe people are coming back from the past and rattling our cages, right? That kind of stuff. So be aware that we're already in that shadow phase, and Mercury does go into retrograde on the 1st of April. All right, we've got someone else. It says someone is in the middle. Someone is trying to sabotage this. Very interesting. And then we have courage. It says find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. So we'll find out what that is. We'll clarify a little bit here. Bottom of the deck, we have pets, getting a new pet, giving current pet more love. Take it as it resonates for you. Maybe you're a pet owner, or maybe the person you've clicked here for is a pet owner. We have acceptance. I'm learning to accept the things I cannot change. It's really very necessary. Excuse me. When we do not accept the things we cannot change, we keep going in the same cycle, right? We think that just by doing it better or faster, right, that we're going to cure the situation, and that's not the truth, right? We have to first accept what we cannot change, the radical acceptance of the present moment, whatever it is, whatever the topic is, whether it's a relationship, trying to lose weight, whatever it is. First you have to accept the situation for what it is and how you got there, and then you're going to be able to move forward. So let's find a tarot deck here. So we have someone else. Someone is in the middle. Someone is trying to sabotage this. And finding your inner strength to face fear with confidence. It almost feels like somebody is going to confront someone. And that can be taken any way you feel it's supposed to work in your life. You could be confronting a family member. You could be confronting a best friend, or maybe they're confronting you. It could be about love. Take it as it resonates for you, Taurus. Tell me about Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What else do we need to know about someone else being in the middle? Someone is trying to sabotage this. We do have the Empress. The Empress is Libra and Taurus energy. Those are Venusian signs. Those are Venus signs. The Empress is someone who is quite balanced in her energy. And I say she because there's a woman on the card, right? Can be feminine or masculine, because although she is feminine leaning, she does have masculine energy as well. We do have, the Emperor is in reverse. Okay. And then we have the Sun. Isn't this interesting energy? All right. And we do have the Hanged Man in the future energy here. So someone is in the middle. Someone is trying to sabotage this. Let's clarify. We have a new clarifying deck, by the way. New clarification deck, and you can tell me what it's called. I think might be Idyllis, I don't know. Take it as it resonates for you. It looks like Idols, maybe, Idyllis. I don't know how to say it, but I do know that I love the depictions, and we are going to use this card for, the Devil. Just popped right out, just like that. Tell me more about the Empress, please. What do we need to know about the Empress? We've got the Queen of Swords that just popped out. This is about to be interesting here. One more for Taurus. We've got the Seven of Pentacles. Very interesting here. So we do have the Devil energy and the Queen of Swords. Look, it feels like there's about to be a really hard conversation, and I want to say that the Emperor is the one that's going to make it a little tough. a little hard. I want to say that you have liberated yourself from something in the past that was quite toxic for you. Could be a relationship or a job. It could be a best friend situation. Take it as it resonates for you. The Devil is Capricorn. The Queen of Swords is here, who is Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. We do have the Seven of Pentacles. I feel like you had to release yourself from the devil. You had to cut the devil away. And if it wasn't the devil, it's the devil energy. So it feels like somebody back here had you, I want to say that they had you sort of, they were attached to you, or you were attached to them. It was like, it's something that you couldn't let go of, but I think you have. I think you have decided to liberate yourself with the Queen of Swords here. You might have done it with words. You might have done it just by cutting them out and being silent. But you know, the Queen of Swords is always willing to talk about it, right? Always willing to talk about it. Come on in, right? You can see her hand. But I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm going to be totally honest with you about how I feel. And we do have the Seven of Pentacles. I want to say that the Empress, maybe that's you, and just because you're a Taurus doesn't mean you're the Empress. The Empress comes with a lot of wisdom. This is the lessons that have been learnt through a period of time, through a period of the lifetime, right? So this is the energy or the messages or the wisdom of the Queen of Cups, Swords, Wands, and Pentacles. Oh. On this particular card, this person who's on the Seven of Pentacles looks like they are pregnant. So something, they're expecting something to be growing. It feels like somebody's put a lot of hard work in. I want to say that if you're the Empress, that you've put a lot of hard work into something, but you ended up having to cut yourself away from it because there was something that just wasn't working. Now, it could be that somebody was doing something on a repeat, on a loop here that was confusing them or hurting them spiritually, physically, mentally. And I feel like you just finally had to pull away from that. Look, the devil energy could even be what was going on with you. Maybe you had doubt. Maybe you had fear. Maybe you felt like you couldn't move forward by yourself. But I want to say you're in balance. You've got all of the wisdom that you need to move forward here. We do have the Seven of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles is waiting, but it's also picking a path, deciding where you're going next or what you're going to do and what you want to put your energy into next. I want to say that it's very interesting that the Empress is on this card, of course, standardly is always pregnant with something, right? So it doesn't have to be a child, but for those of you who are in the age of pregnancy, and you can get pregnant, because some people end up being the Empress later in life. There's no sort of set time frame. It does come with wisdom, so it's usually later in life, probably 30s, 40s, that kind of thing. But somebody here is pregnant with an idea, a solution, possibly creativity. Everybody who is around the Empress does flourish, and this person is pregnant, and it feels like there is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there's 7 here. I thought there might be 6. It feels like somebody here is putting some energy into something and waiting and nurturing for something to come up in the future. That's what it feels like here. So I feel like somebody here has cut themselves away from the devil energy, from something that had you held captive possibly. And I feel like you are moving forward in your life. You did put a lot of work in back there, but I feel like you were just very honest with someone as to why you had to leave, and you cut yourself away from whatever was holding you back, because the devil energy will hold you back. Tell me why the Emperor is in the reverse, please. Tell me why this Emperor is in the reverse. So for me, when the Emperor is in the reverse, this person is it's like one of the kings is out of whack. That's what I feel like, maybe one or more. So it feels like somebody here is not thinking clearly. They're not making good decisions. Somebody here is being held back for some reason here. We have the World card. So I feel like the Emperor is in the reverse because there is some sort of transition going on with the Emperor. The Emperor is having a major life change. Something is going on that is ending for the Emperor. So the World card is telling me that this is like a milestone or an achievement of sorts. It feels like something's come full circle, and the Emperor has realized that there's really nothing left to do here but close the door. So it does feel like the Emperor is in the reverse because of the World card being in reverse. We do have the Ten of Wands. There it is, yeah. It's a really heavy burden that this Emperor is carrying here. 10 Wands means that this person's heavily weighed down by a lot of things that they've been carrying around. And the reason that they're letting go or closing the door on something is because they no longer want to carry around the burdens. So when the Emperor is in the reverse, they're not always a horrifying person. They're not always horrible. Look, we're all human, and an Emperor is human, and an Emperor is going to go through the same things that you go through. Broken relationships, trying to keep the business afloat. Like, this person's going through all the same things that you're going on that are going on in your life. It's just in a bigger scale, right? Because the Emperor is the one who's running the empire. So the Emperor has got to keep things kind of in place, or things could go wrong in the empire. So we do have the moon energy. So it does feel like the Emperor doesn't know what they're going to do next. This is really interesting because it says someone else, right? Someone is in the middle. Someone is trying to sabotage this. It does feel to me that the Emperor is in a little bit of self-sabotage. That's what it feels like. That this person has been carrying around these heavy burdens for a long while, not knowing what to do with them. The moon energy tells me that things are not as they seem. So the Emperor might feel that things are worse than they are. But I want to say the sun is coming. The sun is coming to give us some clarity of the situation. Tell me why the Emperor is in the reverse, but the Empress is not. We do have the Fool. We have the Seven of Wands. And we have the Chariot. So I feel that we do have an Emperor here who has been stuck, who doesn't really know what to do next or what's coming next, but they are dropping these burdens. So whatever the Ten of Wands was for the Emperor, you could be the Emperor watching this, right? The World card is a closure. We're closing the door. It's the end of the major arcana. After the World card shows up, then the Fool is here. When something ends, something will begin. So I feel like the reason that the Emperor is in the reverse here is because that there is something pretty heavy duty going on. The Emperor is in transition. Something has ended and something has to begin. And right now is the transitionary period. And the Emperor is sitting in the moon energy, not knowing what to do, feeling their feelings. We have the moon energy, which is Pisces and Cancer. Tell me about someone is trying to sabotage this. Someone is in the middle. There is someone else here. It's like a third party, right? There is a third party. So I almost feel like the Emperor is trying to close the door to a third party. It could be a job. It could be a relationship. Tell me about this third party here. We do have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Six of Pentacles. And we have the King of Wands. I feel as though the Emperor is leaving a situation where someone else has decided to give more to someone else than to the Emperor. The Ace of Pentacles is telling me that someone is chosen to invest. The Six of Pentacles is here, and 1 is 7. Somebody has chosen to invest in this King of Wands, and I feel like that's why this thing is in transition for the Emperor. It feels like the third party is a King of Wands, and the Emperor is now decided that they're going to close the door and let whoever they're with be with whoever they want to be with. The King of Wands is Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo, and it does feel like somebody has been giving more to this other king than they have been giving to the Emperor, which is another reason why the Emperor would be in reverse. So it says here, courage, find inner strength to face fear with confidence. So this is something that's coming to an end here. The Emperor, I feel, has had some clarity. The clarity is that I do want to begin again, and I got to stop being stuck. Like, it feels like the Chariot comes along to pull the Emperor out of this stuck position here. We've got Cancer energy here as well. We've got Capricorn, we've got Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. So it almost feels like, Taurus, that this is your energy, your mind and your business. I feel like you are growing things and you are creating things. You've liberated yourself from some sort of a relationship back here or something, a bad job or something like that. You've released yourself from the devil, cut them away, and liberated yourself. And it almost feels as if it's sort of like coinciding with or parallel to what is going on with the Emperor. The Emperor is having an ending, and so did you. Like, it feels like both of you are preparing to see each other possibly. Tell me what else is going on here, please. We have the High Priestess. I think that you know that this person is going to reach out to you. In fact, I think that you know that the Emperor is going through some sort of a transition. It feels like with the High Priestess here, that one of you that I'm speaking with here or that I'm connecting with here, somebody here is the High Priestess. You don't have to be Pisces, but I feel like you are someone who has psychic energy. That you... It's like having a knowing, right? Pisces, if you have the Pisces energy, you know what I'm talking about. There is a knowing. It's like somebody couldn't tell you that the sun's not going to come up tomorrow. You just have a knowing that it will. And I feel like you have this same knowing about this communication that's coming here. I feel like the communication is going to be a little tough, but I do feel it's also going to be a point of victory. We have 5 wands and 1 in the page's hand is 6. I want to say with the 5 of wands here that somebody here is trying to figure out what to say or what to do, because like the Emperor is in the moon energy right now, carrying around the 10 of wands until the door closes. So this person is heavily burdened, and that's why they're in the reverse. And with the moon energy here, it's like the Emperor doesn't know what they're going to do next, but they do know that they have to move forward. So it tells me indecision is the 5 of wands here. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So it does feel like there is something here that is about to change. I think what's about to change is the 5 of wands. I feel like the Emperor is no longer going to be in indecision. I feel like the Wheel of Fortune is here saying that all of this is going to change. I really do feel that you're going to hear from the Emperor. If you are the Empress, I feel like you will hear from the Emperor. We do have the World card, which is Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. We do have the Moon energy, which is Pisces and Cancer. The Chariots here, which is Cancer energy. We have Leo energy here. We have Aries energy. Capricorn, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Pisces. So it does feel like what's happening here in the week ahead, it does feel like some of you are going to get communication. It's going to put you in this energy, though, of the Hanged Man, I feel. It's gonna give you some sort of perspective on why the Emperor has not reached out before now. I feel like the Emperor was in another relationship that has gone wrong. I think that somebody decided to leave the Emperor and move forward to a King of Wands, Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. So I feel like the Emperor is learning to face fear with confidence. And maybe for some of you, maybe you just don't want to see this person. Maybe you don't want to see the Emperor. We've got the King of Cups, we've got the Hanged Man, and we have Temperance. So there is a moment of alchemy here that has to do with love. I feel like somebody has been trying to see something from another perspective, and so I feel like it's the Emperor who is... It feels like it's the Emperor who's the one who is trying to find the courage to be confident that something is going to change for them. Because right now I feel like they're in a self-sacrificing energy. They are being sacrificed. Their love is being sacrificed. That's what it feels like. And when the moment of alchemy comes, then things can change. But not until then. That's what it feels like here. So the Wheel of Fortune is here and things are about to change. How are they about to change, please? For Taurus, we've got the 3 of Swords. So if you had some hardship with this Emperor, that also is about to change. We do have the Tower and we have the Page of Swords. So there is somebody who was watching is no longer going to be watching. I feel like somebody is coming forward and they've been watching you for a while, I think. We do have the 4 of Wands and the Hierophant. Look, I feel like the Tower is what I was clarifying here. It feels like the Tower is coming in to remove the 3 of Swords or to break down the third party. And we do have the Page of Swords. 3 and 1 is healing, right? So the Tower is coming for realization. It's coming to make change, right? This situation must change. It's like you and the Emperor are natural partners and should be together, but the delay for you, Taurus, is because the Emperor is going through something that's really big. And I feel the thing that they're going through is the Tower is falling on their committed relationship. Someone that they may have been living with or had some sort of a long-term steady plan with. I feel like that is coming to an end. So if you feel like you're being watched online right now, I feel like that's why. That this Emperor, I feel, is going to come forward, but I don't think they're going to come forward in this energy of being in reverse. I feel like they're going to work on themselves first and they're trying to get a different perspective about how they feel about you. They don't want to be heartbroken again. What do we got in the bottom here? We've got the Three of Wands. Someone's on their way. I think you're waiting for them, and I think they are going to show up. I'm going to leave this right here, Taurus. Thank you so much for coming and watching, and I'll go for now. Thank you, guys, and I'll be back because I'm always back. Love ya. Bye-bye.